I don't like it either. I mean, I like kind of brag on Michael Jordan here a little bit, and I think we were a similar ilk with the Jazz. Is I like where guys just tighten their belt up and say, you know what, let's go to work. We just got to get better. Yeah. We got to play harder. We got to play smarter instead of just, where's the grass greener? I'm going to go there and win a championship. Yep. I think it devalues that. You're not climbing the mountain. You're taking a helicopter to the top.
Totally agree.
So again, I'm not a fan of
John Stockton just said what a lot of people have been thinking, but no one wanted to say out loud. The all-time assist leader didn't hold back when asked about LeBron James constantly putting himself in the same conversation as Michael Jordan. And what Stockton said has the entire basketball world picking sides. This wasn't a random hot take from a retired player looking for attention. This was a direct statement from one of the most respected point guards in NBA history, calling out a pattern he believes has gone on for too long. The question now is simple. Did Stockton cross the line, or did he finally say what needed to be said?
The GOAT is Stockton didn't name Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant. He said, and I quote, "Well, I wouldn't use those three. Some of those three, or one of those three, wouldn't even be in my top 5. I hate that question, and it gets asked to me all the time." Michael Jordan is widely considered by many as the greatest basketball player of all time. MJ went 6-0 in the NBA Finals, leading the Chicago Bulls to 6 championships from 91 to 98.
You know what's rare in today's NBA? A player from the old era speaking honestly, without a filter. John Stockton built his Hall of Fame career on 2 things: making everyone around him better and staying quiet while doing it. He holds the all-time assists record with 15,806, a number that isn't getting touched anytime soon. He also leads the league in steals with 265 for nearly 2 decades. Stockton ran the point for one of the most consistent teams in basketball history, and he did it without ever demanding attention. That's why this moment matters. Stockton isn't known for controversy. He's not hopping on podcasts or social media to take shots at today's players. When he speaks, people listen because he's not chasing attention, that he's earned the right to talk about greatness. He played alongside it. He competed against it. He understood it firsthand. When reports started circulating in early 2025 about comments Stockton made on LeBron James and the constant comparisons to Michael Jordan, the basketball world paid attention. This wasn't coming from media personality hunting for clicks. This was coming from someone who actually faced Jordan in the finals. Someone who knows what true greatness looks like up close. And context matters here. Over the past few months, LeBron has been more vocal than ever about his place in basketball history. Through interviews, social media posts, and conversations with reporters, he's made it clear he believes he belongs in the same tier as Michael Jordan. And look, LeBron has the resume. For championships, 4 finals MVPs, the all-time leading scorer, over 2 decades of sustained greatness. None of that is up for debate. But what started to rub a lot of old-school players the wrong way isn't what LeBron has accomplished. It's how often he talks about it. The constant framing of the conversation. The repeated reminders of where he believes he belongs in history. The feeling that the legacy is being argued in real time instead of letting time decide. To players from earlier eras, that matters. They grew up believing greatness didn't need defending. It spoke for itself. And apparently, one of the quietest legends of them all has been watching closely. Because when John Stockton, a man who avoided spotlights his entire career, finally decides to speak up, people start asking the real question: what finally pushed him to say something?
Years ago, after we won the championship, you said, look at his face. You said.
So y'all, everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. Everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team to ever assemble. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special.
You know what?
Let's be honest about something. LeBron James didn't just end up in GOAT conversations. He's actively helped shape them, and there's nothing wrong with confidence. But over the years, a pattern has emerged that even casual fans can't ignore anymore. After breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record in early 2023, LeBron spoke openly about how that moment strengthened his case as the greatest player ever. Fair enough. That achievement is historic. But it didn't stop there. The social media posts followed. The cryptic tweets. The Instagram stories with goat emojis. The like comments claiming he'd passed Jordan. Then came the interviews. Throughout 2024 and into 2025, LeBron repeatedly pointed to his longevity, his dominance across multiple eras, and his versatility as reasons the GOAT debate should tilt in his favor. In one post-game interview, he even said, "I've done things in this league nobody's ever done," and that includes Mike. That single line sent shockwaves through the basketball world. And this is where the contrast becomes impossible to ignore. Michael Jordan never campaigned for his legacy. He won 6 championships, went 6-0 in the finals, delivered moments that defined an era, and then he walked away without ever publicly calling himself the greatest. He let the rings, the performances, and the mythology speak for him. That silence, that confidence without seeking validation, is a huge part of why his legacy still feels untouchable to so many. The difference in approach has split the basketball world in two. Younger fans who grew up watching LeBron dominate see his confidence as earned. He's carried teams, played longer than anyone, adapted his game across eras, and sustained excellence at a level the league has never seen. To them, talking about greatness isn't arrogance, it's reality. But to the generation raised on Jordan, there's something uncomfortable about a player constantly reminding everyone where he belongs in history. Basketball in the 80s and 90s ran on a different code. You proved yourself through competition, through rivalries, through moments that left no room for debate. You didn't say you were great. People just knew. And that's where John Stockton comes in. Stockton has always respected LeBron's career. He's acknowledged the numbers, the longevity, the brilliance. But somewhere along the way, the constant self-comparisons to Jordan crossed a line. The exact trigger hasn't been fully revealed yet. But when a legend as quiet and reserved as Stockton finally decided to address it, what he said instantly reignited the entire debate. And now everyone wants to know the same thing. What finally made John Stockton speak up?
It was a constant playing around with getting rosters set up or seeing who looks good and who might have a chance to win a title for the next couple of seasons if he goes there, always positioning himself in a way to have the best chance to win. And even though he did that, and he got to the finals 10 times in his career, he still won less than Michael Jordan.
Now here's where things really get spicy in a conversation that hasn't reached mainstream media yet. John Stockton was asked directly about the LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate. And instead of giving a safe, polite answer, Stockton spoke his mind. According to people who were there, his response was blunt and unfiltered. Stockton said LeBron needs to stop comparing himself to Michael Jordan and focus on building his own legacy. The exact line making the rounds is even sharper. Stop comparing yourself to MJ. Let other people do that for you, if it's meant to be. And he wasn't done. Stockton made it clear this isn't about disrespecting LeBron's talent. In his eyes, LeBron is absolutely one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. The problem isn't skill. It's respect for the game's history and understanding what separates great from legendary. For Stockton, that separation starts with mentality. He pointed to Michael Jordan's mindset as the real difference. When MJ stepped on the court, there was no confusion about his goal. He was there to break you. Every insult, every doubt, every challenge was taken personally, and he responded by raising his level until opponents were mentally crushed. Stockton didn't learn this from highlights. He lived it. That he faced Jordan in back-to-back NBA finals in 1997 and 1998 and watched firsthand as his team was dismantled by someone operating on a completely different psychological level. According to Stockton, that killer instinct, that refusal to accept anything short of total domination, is what made Jordan untouchable. And in his view, that's where LeBron falls short. That LeBron is brilliant. He's versatile. He may even be more well-rounded as a complete basketball player. But that ruthless edge, The mental warfare Jordan brought every single night. Stockton doesn't believe LeBron ever truly had it. Stockton also addressed the finals record that Jordan's 6-0 record isn't just about championships. It's about inevitability. When Jordan reached the finals, opponents didn't feel hope. They felt the end. No drawn-out drama. No Game 7 survival stories. Just domination. And for Stockton, that's the line that separates greatness from something even higher. There was no coming back from 3-1 down. Jordan's finals wins weren't luck. It was systematic domination. LeBron's finals appearances? Impressive in number. But those losses? They matter in this conversation, whether people want to admit it or not. Then came the part that really hit hard. Stockton suggested that LeBron's constant need to compare himself to Jordan actually undermines his own legacy. If you truly belong in that conversation, you don't need to remind anyone. The body of work speaks. The moments speak. The fear you instill in opponents speaks. That be why constantly bringing it up, Stockton implied. LeBron reveals a level of insecurity about where he really stands. And the reaction? Explosive. The basketball world didn't waste a second. As soon as Stockton's comments leaked, social media blew up. LeBron fans came out swinging, insiders debated, and everyone picked sides. That if you want to stay on top of every NBA drama, controversy, and untold story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The league never stops giving us wild storylines, and we'll be here breaking down every single one. Let's keep this conversation going.